Anyways, Haiti. So the assassination of former President Jovenel Moise, or Moise. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
I think it's Moise.
Moise, there you go. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
My accents.
I think that means Moses.
My accents are terrible.
Because in Hebrew, Moshe, that means Moses. So I think Moise, I think that means Moses. Go ahead, though.
So I went down a different angle other than just the reports that are being given. And I'm sure maybe Emmett will cover what the current status is on the detainees and people who they've already, claimed to be responsible for this. What I found interesting was I found this article on Politico that says Haitian opposition leader Pierre Reginald Boulos has hired a lobbyist as part of an effort to build support for his political party and encourage President Joe Biden to support an interim Haitian government. Now, that's not too crazy, like people hiring lobbyists from DC to do their bidding or do their dirty work, whatever. But the interesting thing was the timing, because it happened right before the assassination. Boulos is a wealthy businessman, and let's see here. He hired Epstonian to represent him in Washington to give access to the U.S. administration so he can promote his vision of a new Haiti. So I thought that was interesting that someone gets assassinated right after.
They want a new Haiti?
You propose a vision for a new Haiti, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. That sounds about right.
Boulos helped elect Moise in 2016. He later had what he described as a big fallout with him and became one of his leading critics. 19 people, including 2 Americans, have been arrested in connection with the assassination. So that's just bringing us to current, but it's still ultimately unclear who was behind it. White House Press Secretary Jean Psaki confirmed Friday that the United States is sending senior law enforcement officials from the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI to help the Haitian government stabilize the situation there.
Sounds about right. That's how you finish a coup off. You got to send your people in to put them on the ground.
Thank you, brother.
That sounds crazy.
The New York Times reported Friday that
they're literally telling you everything they're doing. They're like, yeah, we fucking took over a country. This guy paid us to do it. We sent in these guys, the Department of Homeland Security. What the fuck? That's supposed to protect us from like terrorists and shit. Why are they going to another country, bro?
Thank you for connecting the dots for the peoples, because that's exactly my sentiments.
But they just dressed it up in this like weird story.
And the way they put it into an official report, it reads so that it doesn't sound crazy unless you're reading between the lines. And most people don't, like you said, because most people want to give the, the assumption of this is what it is, you know. But unfortunately, we know you have to read everything between the lines. Like sacred text, you have to read between the lines. Like religious text, you need to read between the lines. It's all symbology, people. Like, and if you don't read the double meaning, you're missing it. It could be right in front of you.
Yeah, it's hella suspicious too.
So yeah, the New York Times reported Friday that Haiti's leaders have also requested the U.S. send troops to protect their country's main airport and other critical.
Yeah, it's a military takeover.
So
military takeover, straight up.
Yeah, man.
This dude lobbied. His lobby. This is what it was. It was like, all right,
speak on it, because I brought a prop.
Well, think about it. He said, I don't like this dude no more. Right? That's the dude he got in office. Moise.
Yep.
He helped Moise get in office in 2016, you said, right? Which I did not know that. So he gets him in office in 2016. They have a falling out when?
It had to be sometime like in between then and now. So
right. Okay, so they have a falling out. He becomes the biggest critic. He lobbies DC for a new Haiti. Right after he lobbies, when did he hire the lobbyist guy?
I think it was 2 or 3 months, or just recently.
Okay. So this year though, 2021. Okay, so anytime, even in January is crazy, bro.
No, just recently.
So this year, 2021, they got DC's backing for a new Haiti, or they were asking for that, and now 2 Americans, 3, once I mention the next guy I'm gonna get into, 3 Americans have been tied into this, right? Mm-hmm. And then they send the Department of Homeland Security in.
And some Colombian mercenaries, pretty much.
For what, I don't know why they send these guys in, right? The Department of Homeland Security, you said to hold everything down.
That's what they say.
And and now Haiti, which is really the guy who lobbied, because who the fuck's left? They just killed the fucking president, right? Mm-hmm. So he was probably the next guy in charge. Or probably
they have a guy in charge now, and I think that's who U.S. says is the suspected. We suspect that he may be involved with the murder.
Right. So he's probably
that's
not
the guy I've seen speaking.
He's probably not involved with the murder.
Exactly.
But they want him to take. He's the patsy. So they're gonna take him fault because it makes the most sense. But that dude probably has a gang of pull, whoever this guy is that we've been talking about.
Dr. Boulos.
Dr. Boulos. Spell that?
He's an interesting looking dude,
How do you spell Boulos?
I can't tell what he is. He might be from like Louisiana, be Creole or something, but he looks like a white dude to me.
Hot butter yellow?
Boulos. No, he looks like a white dude.
He looks like a white boy.
Yeah, I'll put a picture
Boulos.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bulos, Boulos.
And it says
yeah. So yeah. Okay, well there you go.
He was even involved during the Haiti earthquake in 2010.
Oh yeah.
He said the earthquake. He said the earthquake presents new opportunities for Haiti, especially for business growth and sustainable development.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah,
he probably involved with the Clintons. Oh, here go Clinton's name right here.
There you go.
Commission Intermoire pour la Reconstruction de Haiti, which co-chaired by former U.S. President Bill Clinton.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, they killed
and Haitian Prime Minister JeanMax Bellerive.
Yeah.
But with foreign and flowing and sympathetic world watching, Boulos' envision of a new Haiti, one focused on quickly creating jobs while purging its ruling class of the cronyism that helped make this one of the world's poorest countries.
Right.
Interesting.
Lastly, so he's in bed with the Clintons.
And we know the Clintons are the handlers of the of Haiti. Yeah. Reginald Boulos has never been elected to a public office. However, his involvement with the Haitian political system as a representative of the private sector has been far greater than it would be welcome in any democratic system.
Yeah.
His commitment to rule of law may be questioned at best after he leaked U.S. Embassy cable showed that U.S. Embassy cable showed that the U.S. ambassador to Haiti, James Foley, was concerned about private delivery of arms to the Haitian National Police following the 2004 Coup Detat that ousted Jean Bastard Aristide. The embassy was told that the Reginald Boulos had distributed arms to the police and had called on others to do so in order to provide cover to his own actions. So that was just in
2004.
There you go.
So 17 years ago, he already tried a military coup. So he's had his hand in that cookie jar for a long time over there, bro. So he's powerful.
That's why I didn't even get into what they was talking about on the mainstream, because I was like, I think Emmett already got that angle covered, and I'm sure people have seen that on the news. So when I seen this dude, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look into this dude, and that's why I just started digging into his Wikipedia. And again, people, I know Wikipedia ain't 100% foolproof, but I use it because you could look it up yourself. All right, so you can fact check whatever I just said. It came straight from Wikipedia. And lastly, I wanted to show y'all this, the Irritated Genie, which is what's going to come for the Western world and anybody that thinks that they just going to run amok and steal Haiti or do Haiti any type of way, because they've been trying to treat Haiti like the bastard of the West ever since the Haitian Revolution. Because what a lot of y'all don't know is Haiti is one of the only nations on this planet that went against all three of the major powers and won. So call it voodoo.
When was that?
Call it the spirit or the irritated genie. Call it the heavens and the earth doing its work, you know, and cleansing the bad, whatever you want to call it. This was in, let me give you an exact date. I know it was 19 something. Yeah, I read this book a while ago.
Who'd they fight?
The Spaniards, I believe the Brits, and the French. Yeah. Let's see here. I could probably Google it quicker than I could find it in
all
a damn
good.
book,
Fuck it.
man. You know, it's a book. But yeah, the Haitian Revolution. It's a good book right here. The Irritated Genie by Jacob H. Carruthers. Yeah, man. But in the book, what they pretty much talk about is the people, they use their knowledge of the mastery of the lands. That's why it's the Irritated Genie. And they also say that if you follow the trail of like, what are they called? Hurricanes that come up from the islands to the Americas, they could even track them all the way from the mainland in Africa. And they say that's that spirit. And it just keeps on hitting our coast because, you know, the spirit ain't happy. You know what I mean? So they tapped into that spirit, that Ogun. You know, there's a, you know, a vibe that they get into their warrior mode, and, you know, and they pretty much use guerrilla tactics, but just their mastery of the elements. You know what I mean? The stuff that you getting into.
Yep.
The alchemic, the al-emit. But yeah, that's the Haitian Revolution, and that was what I had to bring to the situation in Haiti. And I'm gonna look up your question real quick because I feel dumb that I didn't know the year, but I'm not like a super history buff, but I read that book because it's empowering, brother. And it's a story that all people should know.
It's pretty obvious that's what happened, bro. That they fucking...
The revolt began, sorry, I was way off. I said 1900s. The revolt began on August 22nd, 1791 and ended in 1804.
Wow, that's a long revolt.
French, Spanish, and
13-year
British,
revolt.
and Polish. Yeah. So since then, you know, America's kind of tasked with keeping Haiti in check. You know what I mean? Because that Haiti stands for black, a black nation, a nation governed and run and, you know, autonomous. You know, not under the power of any colonizers. That's what Haiti stands for. So that's why Haiti gets it the worst. That's why it's the poorest nation, is because they need to make an example now out of Haiti. Because after they won the revolution, obviously, by treaties and, you know,
sanctions,
backstabbing and all this shit, piece by piece, it's been dwindled away, you know. So again, maybe another revolution has to take place. Who knows? Because as you see, there's uprisings all over the world.
Yeah.
Cuba just recently.
Yeah.
It seems like every time we come on the podcast, we can name a different place that just recently
better believe it
is showing resistance.
Oh,
so yeah, that's that power. That's that irritated genie. The people have the power.
Yeah.
We got to tap into it.
It's obvious that's what happened, bro. That they lobbied and they hit up DC. Fuck lobbying, bro. They called DC and they were like, let's do this.
And who knows?
They just admitted to a coup d'etat.
I don't know if that dude will get put in power, but whoever they put in power is sure enough going to be someone that they propagate, you know. So.
He won't get put in power.
Because that would be too obvious.
He doesn't want to be put in power, or else he would have been in power years ago.
He just wants power.
He just wants to be where he's at, and he wants to be able to control whoever he, you know, is controlling and shit. That fool wants to be the George Lucas and shit. But yeah, so you brought up Colombians. There was 26 Colombians and 3 Haitians involved in that, right? And so I was like, damn, why the fuck so many Colombians? What the fuck? And I know the Clintons are fucking, they got their hands deep over there, you know what I mean? So I said, what's the connection with Clinton and Colombia?
Good look.
Yeah, trip on this. So Bill Clinton is the head of and founded the Colombia Investment Summit. This shit brings in over $1 billion to Colombia's economy every year.
Damn it, man.
You don't think they owe him a favor?
That's
where the 26 Colombians came from. So look, just for an example, the French company Green Yellow has among its plans the development of 11 renewable energy projects in the country in regions such as Cordoba, Valle, Meta, and Bogota, with investments of $150 million US.
Damn it, man.
The Singapore firm Intoria Energy, between 20 and 2025, so between the next 4 years now, they're going to invest $200 million into Colombia. The U.S. fund Peninsula Investments Group is doing real estate projects all over Bogota, Cartagena, Medellin, and Bucaramanga. And then another company called the El Rica. This is another U.S. company. They just invested $5 million. So this is the type of money that's coming from Bill Clinton doing what he's doing over in Colombia.
Got you.
That's why Colombia is heavily involved, because Clinton's involved. You just said the dude was in bed with the Boulos. Mm-hmm. Is that his name? Mm-hmm. He's in bed with the Clintons, right? Okay. So.
And I'd seen on reports that I was just watching today that there have been other attempts like this, mm-hmm. and it has been thwarted by intelligent forces, and the United States has been involved in some of those. And they don't see that it's very likely that this could have happened
without the U.S. at least knowing about it.
There you go. You already knew where I was going.
Yeah, for sure.
They allowed it to happen pretty much.
Yeah. Well, they were part of it.
Because we surveil everything is pretty much what they're saying. They're saying with the way that everything is surveillance nowadays.
I understand.
Yeah.
But watch.
Go ahead.
So I'm about to tell you that it wasn't just surveillance.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, bro.
So the suspect is Dr. Christian Emmanuel Sanon. Mm-hmm. He's a pastor from Florida. So I go, who the fuck is this guy? I look up his wiki. Deleted as of July 14th. It says it on there. This page was deleted July 14th.
Damn it, man.
This page not even, you can't even look this guy up on wiki. When does that ever happen? Okay? Because they don't want to be connected to him. They said, but on the wiki, what you could see before you click on it, said he was from a nonprofit called Rome Foundation. I look up Rome Foundation, nonprofit, Florida, no mention of it anywhere, bro. None. So I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, what are you talking about? So then I look into the fucking attack, and at least one of the men arrested in connection to the assassination worked as an informant for the DEA, bro. You had a DEA informant on scene. You're claiming he was an informant, right? All right. Then at times, look, this is the DEA said this in the statement. Look at this. At times, one of the suspects in the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse was a confidential source to the DEA. They admitted it.
You said that nice.
They admitted it.
From now on, when we say his name, you say it.
I'll say it.
Right.
I got this.
All right.
So, following the assassination of President Moïse, the suspect reached out to his contacts at the DEA. As soon as they killed him, he contacted the DEA, bro. Why?
Great question, Smooth.
A DEA official assigned to Haiti urged the suspect to surrender to local authorities along with a U.S. State Department official.
So it sounds like you're corroborating the fact that we knew about it.
We more than knew about it. We're involved. This guy's a fucking informant, but he calls the DEA and says, hey, we just killed the president. And they're like, okay, cool, turn yourself in now. What? Okay. So the DEA...
That doesn't sound like bad guy behavior.
Dude, this is crazy. The DEA said it's aware of reports that some assassins yelled DEA at the time of the attack. They ran in the house screaming DEA, bro, and they were dressed in DEA clothes, bro.
Damn it, man.
When they raided that guy's house, the pastor from Florida, Sanon, when they raided his house, there was fucking license plates from the Dominican Republic and DEA apparel, bro. Hats, jackets.
Which they can probably buy anywhere.
For
but
sure.
Still, that's crazy.
For sure, but dude.
Knowing the fact that you contacted the DEA after.
And you're a informant?
Yeah,
come on, bro.
That's wild, bro.
Come on, dog.
Good Lord.
Okay. So I'm like, what the fuck? So, okay. Other suspects also had U.S. ties, including working as informants, plural, informants, for the FBI, bro. So the FBI is involved too. The DEA, the FBI is involved. Clinton, Biden. Okay?
Now it makes sense why I read that the DEA, or no, not the DEA, but the FBI was going down there to secure the spot. Because they're already there.
Yeah, they were part of the hit. The FBI said in response that it doesn't comment on informants except to say that it uses lawful sources to collect intelligence as part of its investigations.
Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.